Hey guys, welcome back to the video. Today what I'll be doing is installing a new BCM into the car. The BCM that's in the car now is obviously it's the Chrysler 300 BCM, which doesn't have a lot of the main options that the Charger Hellcat BCM has. So I got a different BCM here. I'm going to be installing that into the car over here, and because the way it works right now is no matter which key I put in the car, the BCM won't recognize it. So the most horsepower I've ever had while driving this car was like 500 horsepower because it won't recognize the red or black key. So this is going to change a lot of the things I need to get changed. It'll give me the power pages and stuff, which I don't have. So I'm going to install this into the car now and see what happens, and hopefully everything works out. I'll get back to you. Alright guys, moment of truth. The BCM's installed. Let's see if we get our power pages and stuff. Let's see what happens here. Nothing's happening. Wonderful. Wow, that's nice. Oh, service airbag system. Oh. Service airbag system. And the screen came on. Press brake to start. It's not starting. Power service, power steering. Oh, this is not working at all. Does the radio work? Let's see. SRT button. Alright guys, just the following day here. I actually got the car to start yesterday. One of the plugs in the BCM was not plugged in all the way, which was this one. So the car started up, and it still didn't have the power pages. So what I'm going to do is take this out to my friend Seth out in Massachusetts tomorrow and have him program it for me so I get the power pages to come on and stuff like that. So I mean, it did come on, just took a while. So it started up and it was like there was no difference. So I just put the old BCM back in, and like I said, I'm going to take a ride out to Massachusetts tomorrow and have him program this one and get it going. Hopefully that works, gives me the power pages. What I'm doing today is, as you can see on the box, 0W40 SRT motor oil and filter. We're going to do that today. And if I get a chance, I'm going to change out the exhaust. So I got a Hellcat exhaust. So if I get around to installing the exhaust today, I'll do that. But I'm on a little bit of a tight schedule today. So I'll change the oil now and we'll see what happens next. Alright guys, the oil change is all done. Nothing's leaking. Give it a spot, we're good to go. So here is the Hellcat exhaust I picked up. We put this on the car now. So the 392 exhaust is just like, it's good. I mean, it served its purpose. I got these tips the other day too, I forgot to mention. I put these tips on, well, for a Charger rather. Got new tips. They fit good, but they fit better with this. Because like I said before, this side's a little bit too close. It's like going this way, so. Just barely, not even touching right there. Very close. So I got the Hellcat exhaust. I'll throw that on now and get rid of these big old mufflers back here on both sides. This one and the other one. So this is coming off now, and I'm gonna throw this Hellcat exhaust on. Get right back to you. Alright guys, now I'm ready to lift up the exhaust and fit under the car. So we'll see how it looks. All right, guys, the exhaust is on. You saw me struggling there with it for a while. Had to have my neighbor come give me a hand. Everything's done. Had to add a little section here to make up the difference in the length between the Charger and the Challenger. This is on, that's on, exhaust is on. I don't have the motors yet, so I'm just gonna let them just hang out, being open. I don't know which way is open, which way is closed, so I'm gonna leave them like this. It is what it is. So everything's bolting up. Got the tips on the back. Everything looks good. Next time I come out to the garage, I'm gonna put the reflectors in the back. It got late on me, and I got stuff to do tomorrow, so I can't hang out all night. So yeah, but everything's in. Everything's hooked up. I'm missing some motors for the active exhaust over here. I was gonna put some tie wire in here to keep them open, but I don't know which way is open, which way is shut. So I'm just letting them hang out. Whichever way they flow when the exhaust goes through, that's it. Because I don't know if that's shut or if that's open, or if that's open or that's shut. I don't know. So it is what it is. Like I'm trying to find motors for those. So the exhaust is on, and that's it. So next time come out to the garage, pick up where we left off. All right, guys, I'm back. It's a few days later here. Last time I was out here was at night. Finally got the exhaust squared away. So I'm gonna give you guys a nice listen to what it sounds like now. It's a lot louder than before because I'm missing 2 mufflers. You know, the 392 had the 2 extra mufflers, and this Hellcat exhaust just has resonators in the back. So I'm gonna give you guys a nice cold start, see what it sounds like. I have to adjust this tip because you can see it's leaning in. I gotta push that way a little bit. They're adjustable. Oh, I also got these new rear deflectors to put on. Reflectors, what they're gonna call them. I'm gonna throw those in today. Make sure they fit good. Put those on. And then I gotta fix 2 of the exhaust hangers. I'll show you when I get under the car. Stuff like that. And I also got a steering wheel for the car. 2017 Chrysler 300S steering wheel. Right here. And as you can see, it has the paddle shifters on it. So I'm gonna be installing this one today too. You know, I might get the Hellcat paddles in the future, just swap them out so they're a little bit taller. I don't know, we'll see how it works. You know, I don't want to go spending, you know, a couple $100 if they cost that much. Yeah, these will work fine for the time being. So, but let me start it up now and I'll show you guys what it sounds like. That's a lot louder than before. A lot louder. Man, that Hellcat exhaust is no joke. It's only that loud because of the catless mids. If I didn't have catless mids, I don't think it would be that loud. Which I know it wouldn't actually, but a lot of sound coming out of there. So that's that. Now I'm gonna jack the car up in the air, lift it up on the jack, and show you guys installing the reflectors. Alright guys, got the reflectors on the back, got the tips on straight, everything's good to go. And then yeah, I'm gonna pull the car outside now and then put the steering wheel on. Try to get into that. So that's what I'm gonna do next. And I'm still looking for 2 exhaust motors. A lot of people don't like them, but you know, I'm throwing an engine light for them, so I'll put them on if I find them. Gotta rewire that one. And then I have them like tie wire holding them full open right now. I just like tied them open for the time being. That's why it sounds so much louder, so much better. So okay, here we go. All right guys, first thing I always do is unplug the battery, negative side. God forbid the airbag goes off. So yeah, from what I understand, I saw a couple of videos on how to do this. There's one of these on each side, and that's what releases the airbag. And after that, just unbolting the wheel, so on and so forth. So I'll put you on time lapse now and take a look what I'm doing. Alright guys, I just fixed the airbag light. Apparently I didn't have this orange push pin pushed down all the way, and that one's down all the way. They both, I only did that one before, now they're both down. So I'll put the airbag, I just started up and it was fine. The airbag light wasn't there anymore. You really gotta beat that thing up, like, on to get on the steering wheel once it's set. Now I'll start the car up, here we go. After I disconnect the negative terminal, the touchscreen always takes like 5 minutes to come on for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just I have an ABS light and a traction light, so that means one of the wheel sensors is bad. So I'm gonna go to the guy down the street who has a shop and have him tell me which wheel sensor is bad, so that I can get rid of those lights. And I'll go to the dealer and get a new wheel sensor. But I'm just looking for a short ride around the block, and the paddles are not working right now because I guess the BCM isn't programmed for them. I have the BCM just hanging there because I'm in the middle of doing some stuff with the other BCM I have. I went and saw my buddy Seth out in Massachusetts, and when this BCM's in the car makes all the power. And as it sits right now, if I leave this BCM in the car, like, it needs more fine tuning because a lot of stuff in the car doesn't work. So it's like a custom program that we're doing to the BCM basically to get to work for the most part. I mean, but with this BCM in the car, that's a 300 BCM that came in the car. So everything runs great with that in the car. The only thing is with that BCM in the car won't recognize the red key. But when I put this BCM in the car and I put the SRT pages on, the red key shows up and the car makes 700. So it's just a lot more fine tuning to do to get the car to 100%. But it runs great even at 500. Still a great car to drive. Another week or so I should have that BCM problem squared away and make all the power. So. But yeah, I got the steering wheel in and no more airbag light, as you can see. I'm gonna get those two taken care of tomorrow when I find out, like I said, which wheel sensor it is. I'll replace that. Engine light's finally off. What else? That's gonna be it, I think. I mean, I got the wheel sensor issue, and then I have the Hellcat exhaust in the car. It sounds great. So, but we're getting there, guys, little by little. If you guys want to contact me, you have any questions about the car, you can email me at boostkings2019@gmail.com. I'll answer all your questions about the car. I write that in the comments sometimes, but people, for some reason, they say they have a hard time getting in touch with me, which, you know, I've answered tons of emails already about the car. And if you guys want a shirt, I still got t-shirts for sale. Email me. And then that's it. We'll catch you guys next week.